I'm back with another video. I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks. I've taken another break. Again, I'm tired of taking breaks, but when I get busy, I get busy. There's really no excuse for it, and I've been listening to some of the newer albums, so there we go. Make sure I'm not eating my beard, or eating my mustache, or whatever. That is a major issue for me, but as you can see, the title of the video, I am going to be ranking one of the absolute greatest black metal bands ever. Well, I finally am going to do a black metal ranking. I've been talking about it for a while. I had never really got to creating a black metal ranking, and we're going to be ranking Immortal. They have 9 studio albums. I used to like all of them, but surprisingly, I dislike a few of them. Dislike about 2 of them, I think. Yeah, 2 of them. I dislike 2 of them, and I have copies of 5 of their 9. So not wasting any time, let's go into it. Number 8, the album All Shall Fall from 2009. I just can't explain why this album is. It's not as fast, it's not as heavy, it's not as aggressive. It's just bland, almost. I know going into this ranking, I thought, oh, these albums are going to be fantastic. We're going to have a bunch of 10 out of 10s, and that didn't really play out. We have 4 10 out of 10s out of 9 studio albums. A lot of these albums are good. A lot of them are good. This one is, well, one that I'll probably, like, if I ever go back to it again, I don't know when, and I probably never will, because it's just so unbelievably, like, stale. Like, it's completely stale. And for a band like Immortal, it's kind of heartbreaking that this was released in this way. So yeah, let's not waste any more time on that. There's no very standout tracks. There's not really any standout tracks. The song All Shall Fall that starts the album off is, well, you know how it is when I want a good start to an album, just hit right into there. It doesn't do it. It just doesn't do it. And then the rest of the album is just like the first song. It's repetitive, boring, that type of shit. So that's number 8. And you could be thinking, why is there 8 when there should be 9? Well, on this channel, there's something called ties. I can't decide between 2 albums, and it happened again. Number 7. Let's go into number 7. Number 7 is Blizzard Beasts, their 1997 album. What to say about this one? Every song has different production. I've never seen it on an album before, never listened to an album that had it and actually realized it. But this one has all different production, different guitar tone. Like, yeah, it has different guitar tone. Like, the thing is with an album is you want a consistent guitar tone throughout the whole thing. This doesn't do it. A lot of the songs are way too short, and for Immortal, with all those songs that they did prior to this, they're 5 and above, or close to that, where the song is absolutely fantastic, if it's not. But this album does not do it. It was rushed. I've heard from a lot of people that it's been rushed, and I can agree on it, that it is rushed. The best one on here is Mountains of Might, Winter of the Ages, and Frost Demon Storm. Some heavy material on it, but just very inconsistent. The opposite of All Shall Fall. Very opposite. All Shall Fall had a consistency with being bland. It was consistently bland. This is like inconsistent and all over the place. Going into number 6, I have a copy of number 6 as well. It is Northern Chaos Gods. Not what I expect from Immortal. That's all this one is. It's not bland, it's not boring. It gets an 8.5. The other one, Blizzard Beast, I didn't say the actual number. It got an 8. This one's 8.5. It's average, of course. Not what you expect from Immortal. Definitely not. The vocals are different because, well, the Bath didn't do the vocals, and well, the vocals are okay. The vocals are great, but just it's average. It doesn't have the oomph behind it like a lot of the other Immortal albums would have. And it's great that they released this album. I liked it when it came out. Everybody else likes it. I just have to put something here. Um, not this low of a ranking, not this low of an actual rating, but it's average for a band. This is an average album, and average is good. Average is listenable and enjoyable. I enjoy this album. 8 to 8.5 or 8 to 8.4 is like, I could get it. I could listen to it. Before that is like, I can't listen to it. It's just bad. Like, this is not bad. It's average, and we'll end it there. Best one from here is Grim and Dark and Mighty Raven Dark. And Northern Chaos God's the starting song. The starting song is pretty damn good. And we go into number 5. And number 5 is your tie. We'll reveal the first one of the 5 that are tied with something. Signs of Northern Darkness. A lot of people's favorite. A lot of good songs on here, like One by One, Sons of Darkness, Tyrants. Demonium is probably the song that I like the least on this. Within the Dark Mind, also one that I really don't like. I like the song. It's just not my favorites off the album. In My Kingdom Cold, another one that and Antarctica, great song, and Beyond the Northern Ways, just great. So they started fantastic and they ended fantastic, and the middle is just. This one is a 9.6 out of 10, and what joins it is the one right before it, Damned in Black. Talk about this one a little bit. Against the Tide is my favorite one off here by a long shot. There's just the weird, intricate riffing style that they had. The really slow riff that kind of was good. That riff is great on this album. Starts off with a good song, Triumph, Wrath from Above. My dimension's a little bit off. Yeah, and really it's just as good as Signs of Northern Darkness. I couldn't decide between the two because they're so similar. This one has a little bit more oomph behind it, but Sons of Northern Darkness this one doesn't. Sons of Northern Darkness has the most oomph behind it. This one has just more ferocity to it, more just disgusting riffing. Like, just leave it at that. And let's go into the next one. I do have a copy of the next one on my ranking, which is their 1992 album, I think. Yeah, Diabolical Fool Mysticism. The copies of these are actually going pretty fast on certain different sites around the internet. So they repressed it a few years back. I advise you to pick up a pressing before it's all gone. You can order it online, or you can maybe find it at a record store. Maybe, I don't know. But let's talk about why it's number 4. This is the first 10 out of 10 album. But yeah, this is perfect. This perfect album. It's early black metal. It's raw. It's disgusting, and it's amazing. Call of the Winter Moon starts this one off. God, that song is awesome. Unholy Forces of Evil, Cryptic Winter Storms. That is my favorite one on here. Cryptic Winter Storms. Cold Winds of Funeral Dust, Blacker Than Darkness, A Perfect Vision of the Rising Northland. This is black metal at its finest. Check this album out. I advise to pick up a copy of this album. It will definitely be worth whatever money you put forth to it. Show people to, if they've never seen this on actual CD, because a lot of people view this for CD content too. Just beyond amazing black metal. Love it. And we go to number 3. Most people's, actual people's favorite album, At the Heart of Winter. This is a mountain of an album. This literally leaves you coming back for more of Immortal as soon as you heard it. This is the first album that I listened to by Immortal. There's no reason why it wouldn't be my favorite, but they have 2 albums that are by far greater than this one. Withstand the Fall of Time, Solar Fall, Tragedies Blows at Horizon, Where Dark and Light Don't Differ, At the Heart of Winter, and Years of Silent Sorrow. All the songs are beyond perfect and amazing, and this album just kicks ass. It's where they started to put that thrash metal thing that I don't hear in their music. I don't hear it. I don't hear it. I don't get why everybody says Immortal put thrash in. I don't hear it. I don't. I really don't hear it. I just think they kind of changed their black metal style to be more ferocious, and it's good. I like the albums when they did it. I don't just like those albums that they did that. This one is by far their best one that style is on. Just the first song alone, Withstand the Fall of Time, is an absolute classic. Solar Fall is an absolute classic. At the Heart of Winter is. And let's talk about the other 3 songs on here. The other 3 songs are kick-ass too. They deserve a listen to. The whole album deserves a listen, and leave it at that. You see me doing that with my mouth. I'm trying to actually, because I don't have any water around, I'm trying to actually, because my mouth gets really dry when I do these videos, and it sucks. A lot of other reviewers would have that problem as well. I have it major. Number 2, or my second least favorite, or my second, not least favorite, my second favorite Immortal album of all time, 1995's, is this? That's 1994. The 1994 mistake. Battles in the North. The patch that I actually have on my battle vest of Immortal, because this used to be my favorite album by Immortal. Until I listened to one of the earlier ones, which you already know which one it is, since you probably already. This album is just amazing. Battles in the North starts it off. That song is awesome. The opening riffs are just amazing on that song. Grim Frostbitten Kingdoms, Descent into Eternal Imminent Silence, Thrown by Black Storm, Moonrise Fields of Sorrow, Cursed Realms of the Winter Demons, At the Stormy Gates of Mist, Through the Halls of Eternity, Circling Above in Time Before Time, and I don't even know how to say that, Raven Dark, the last song. The best one on here is by far the first song. I know a lot of people like Raven Dark on this album. I do. And all the other songs stand out too. There's not really any bad songs on here. Why I like it is it's like just pure black metal. It has it's really ferocious black metal, like what you would be hearing from other bands at this time. But what you would be hearing from other bands at this time. I really do like the old age of black metal, the second wave, and this album is a classic from the second wave of black metal. Which the next album that's coming up is probably the biggest classic Immortal ever had. Yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's move on to number one that I actually have a copy of, and was the first Immortal CD I picked up. It was at a record store. It was used, and well, I couldn't pass it up because I heard of the album at the time, but I never actually listened to it. So that is 1993's Pure Holocaust, of course. Oh, this album's so good. On Silent Storms in the North Abyss. Great song to start this album. Signed from the North Hordes to ride, the sun no longer rises, frozen by ice winds, storming through red clouds and Holocaust winds. Eternal years on the path to cemetery gates. 7 is as the eternity opens, and 8 this absolutely blistering fast Pure Holocaust title track. Just end it. This album starts out great and ends great, and just all the way through is great. This is by far the biggest classic Immortal ever has, and they're never gonna actually. I don't see them ever topping this album. If they ever release another one, I don't see them topping this album. This album can't be topped, and it would be my favorite albums of all time, by far. Just everything about this album is killer. The artwork, the songwriting, the lyrics, everything is just killer. This is by far Immortal at their most non-commercial, and they're more like their first album is really good too, but they totally blew that album out of the water with this. So that's how I rank Immortal. Hope you guys like it. It's a 7, just absolutely long ass video of me just going into details about one of my favorite bands of all time. A lot of times I stumble on words and get like don't know what I'm talking about sometimes, where it's like I forget what I fucking listened to when I'm on video, but as soon as I get done with the video, I remember what I listened to. Like, this one, I only did that to one album, and I'm pissed off. I probably remember that shit. I just can't remember it now. Just telling you, I thought it was great. Battles in the North. But I will end this long video off with a message of follow my Instagram, and that's only social media I have because I got rid of Twitter. I got sick of the bullshit on Twitter. Well, it had nothing to do with any thing that Twitter did. It was just bullshit, absolute bullshit on Twitter. But hope you guys liked the video and do what I said before. And this video is now over. I'm ending it. 1, 2.